Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. It's the Large Guys Podcast, the best show not on television. I'm your host, Joseph Kirai, and today we are joined by a special guest. We got the Young Goat.
Yes, sir.
Young Goat. We got the Young Goat, Hot Fire, the Fireman, Myron Reed, also best known as the MLW World Middleweight Champion. Let the people know how you're doing right now.
Man, I'm living, bro. For me, bro, I'm just always trying to grow, man. I'm thinking about ways to grow and just, come out and be the best and be better than everybody else. That's the goal when it comes to this. Be the best middleweight of all time.
For sure. And I mean, you are, I think, not just the only three-time middleweight champ, but I'm pretty sure
the only multi-time.
Yeah, in MLW history. So I'm pretty sure you've already put your name in history for that. And it's up from here, Do you have specific people that you haven't defended the title against, or maybe people that are calling you out that you're kind of looking towards of I want to test myself against this person, put the title up, let's see what happens?
Yeah, for me, I feel like there's a lot of people that I came up with pretty much that I looked up to that were pretty much that went to the WWE and either got released and came off and everybody's wanting to wrestle. I'm like, man, give me the best. So it don't matter who it is, man. Strickland, Blake Christian, all the guys they just let Alex Zane. I want them all. I want all the people that they consider the best.
Okay, hey, so for anybody who's out there listening, he just listed off some names. See if we can make it happen.
And get the smoke.
Of course. And speaking of the smoke, like I said, some of the names that you've come up with, Hot Fire, the Young Goat. Can you just kind of tell me how, since that's part of your character, how you even came up with that? Because I'm pretty sure when you started, it wasn't necessarily that way, but it's kind of formed into who you are now.
It wasn't that way at first. When I first started, they I think I went by Brother Reed or something like that. Yeah, when I first started, it's just 6 years ago. So after that, I remember when I started, they were yo, you catch on really fast and you do a lot of shit that you're just at a different level than, I'm seeing a lot of people at your time in. And I was just being at that time in is Hot Fire. And that's all people back then. That was I think it's 2015, 2016. Hot Fire was one of the really cool, popular slang words for something that's really lit or something that's nice or that you see that's cool. So they were Hot Fire to everything. I was shit, I'm Hot Fire. And that's where that came from. And then slowly that turned into, after all the MLW stuff, I just every time I stepped in that ring, I felt each time I was getting better and better at a rapid pace. So I was yo, I'm the young fucking goat, man. I'm the young goat. I'm doing things that not a lot of people at my age or my time in the business is doing, I got to definitely chalk it up and call myself a young goat. If I believe it, then that's all that matters.
For sure. Yeah. And something you mentioned is that for a lot of people, you don't see anybody signing with, major promotions or being on television at such a young age. But, how old were you when you signed to MLW?
I signed back in 2018. So I was it 21 when I signed? I was 21 when I signed.
Yeah. So that's a pretty young age. I mean, you don't really see many people that age or that young that are signing and, immediately, going up against some of the best and being put in a group when you started with Injustice. I'm sure there's a lot of faith that Court and everybody at MLW had in the three of you guys, and they wanted to make sure you guys were at a prominent spot. How did that kind of feel, especially at that point in your career?
It's wild, man, because at the time you felt when you pretty much get put at a level when you're on these shows. Sorry, my dog's barking. But when you hit a level, when you're at a level, when you're pretty much at a level, and you believe that you deserve to be at this level or that level, but what level you're constantly put on what pretty much like what on the card, like where you fit in on the card pretty much every show. At that point in my career, I knew where I was, and they wanted to build us up, and they believed in us more than we even believed in ourselves at that point. I never imagined myself like having fun with cutting promos and getting into being myself. You know what I mean? I just always thought like just the wrestling, the moves part was like my favorite part back then. Like, and just taking on that role, like he believed in us, man. He believed in us. He made us. He pretty much was like, you know, we're gonna make y'all in the stars. You know, you either sink or swim.
For sure. And you mentioned something about promos. And that's something that I've, seen in the other interviews that you said you kind of like you said, kind of like started to really fall in love with or just enjoy and get good at. Did you have any like promo experience before MLW, like on the indies, or was it something that was like really new for you?
No, I had promo experience, but I know for a fact when I came into MLW in 2018, I was trying to run from the promos. Now I'm like, what we got for today? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I look at some of the stuff you've done recently, like I think before your match with TJP, that little sit down like promo you guys had, like you just seemed very natural.
Yeah, it's starting to get that way. I think it's all confidence, man. I feel like I've always been good at talking shit. Like as a kid,
yeah.
like that's all we did.
Yeah.
We were just going in and joking on each other. Like that's just like it was my favorite shit to do. Like, and being a wrestler, I was too stuck on the fact of like, you know what I mean, being a wrestler as opposed to being myself. So like once you be yourself and you start getting confident, and, like that's you, it's over, bro. It's over.
Yeah. I mean, I love the line where you're talking about how like, you can tell nobody likes TJP. You just gotta look at his Twitter timeline, like little stuff like that. It's just like, it's good stuff, man. I wanted to get back to like your character, and like I said, you're called the young goat. Now, as of right now, you're still young. But as you get older, we've seen people like Lil Bow Wow had to drop the little and became Bow Wow when he got older. Now he's going by his government name. At any point, are you just gonna be the GOAT, or are you gonna keep the young goat name? What have you thought about that?
I feel like I'm gonna implement that. I don't even care if it's 6 months from now, but I'm gonna implement that like once I feel like I'm like at like almost at my like best as far as like being myself. You know what I mean? The best version of myself. That's pretty much all I'm striving for. That's why I call myself the young GOAT, because I feel like I have the potential to definitely be the GOAT. But like, when am I gonna? It's whenever it not when, but or not why but when or whatever the fuck they say. But like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just waiting on the right time.
Okay, cool. Another thing I want to ask you about is you have a very unique look, and gear is such a big thing. And I think how like, a wrestler presents himself, like you don't want to just go out there and look like, create a character in WWE 2K.
Yeah.
You want to really like stand out. So can you just give me a little background on, how you are inspired with your gear and the different colors? Because I know we talked at the last MLW taping during Mania weekend, but I was actually at the taping before that. And I'm pretty sure that was the first time you did like the baby blue gear.
Yeah.
And I posted a video of it, and thank you for retweeting it. I know Trey Miguel retweeted it, and a lot of people had a lot to say about just like how nice that baby blue looked and all that. So like, what's your inspiration for the gear that you have now?
For me, like what I wear now, like I remember MLW pretty much giving me the vest idea. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna run with this, because I think they wanted us to wear the jumpsuits that Kodo had worn in Jordan. Right. They wanted us all three to wear those, but I just felt like, I that's not me. So like, I wanted to keep my firefighter pants. The firefighter pants originally, the inspiration behind them is Rey Mysterio and Tajiri, but the whole combined look is like a version of myself mixed with like people that I was inspired by growing up, like Jeff Hardy, or Jeff Hardy with the pants and the long sleeve. When I wear the long sleeve shirt with the fucking with the vest, that's a Jeff Hardy like thing right there. But like it'd be Ray, Jeff, fucking Tajiri, and just a whole lot of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that's pretty dope too, because I mean you got to share the ring with Tajiri.
People don't even
few
know
months.
how big that was, man. Like for me,
Yeah.
people don't even understand how big that was for me. Like some people, it's like, people are, they have their different people that they looked up to. One legend might mean more than another to them, but like to Jerry's, that match was super big for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I gotta fight Jeff and Ray now.
Hey, and well, maybe not Ray. Ray might not be a possibility right now,
I gotta
but
find a tag partner. I'm just playing.
yeah, but
I'm gonna call up Trey Miguel.
There you go. We can make it happen. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So outside of wrestling, music's a big part of your career right now.
Definitely.
Have you always just been somebody like you thought like, oh, like I want to make music, ever since you were growing up, or is it just something that like, kind of developed over time?
When I was younger, like I always really liked music, so like I'd like rap over beats and like record it for like SoundCloud, but like it was definitely unprofessional. Like it wasn't like, it didn't sound great or nothing. I was probably like maybe 5th, 6th, 7th grade, something like that.
Okay.
But like I took a break from it for a while. I've always been in the wrestling though. Like, and the reason I make the type of music I make now is because what's crazy, bro, is wrestling got me into all genres of music. And I feel like a lot of people can tell you that too, that wrestling got them into a lot of genres, especially WWE. So like, I just grew up loving a whole lot of different music, and I just wanted to implement that myself. And I felt like I started making music around like 2017, 2018, like officially. And that was a time where I felt like I don't know, it's hard to explain, but like my first couple years, like I was like super, like I lived in like this wrestle house, bro. And like we trained 7 days, like 5-6 days a week, and fucking we were wrestling on the road the rest of the days. Well, I mean, hold on. We trained 4 days a week and wrestled pretty much 3. So I was on the road 6 or 7 days. And like I'm talking, bro, burnt out. Like after like 2-3 years in, I was burnt out. I was like, I gotta find something to do to where I'm not like fucking stressing about this. So like I started making music, and wrestling started getting fun again. Music started getting fun again. So like music saved everything for me, I feel like.
For sure. And you talked about how music kind of influenced some of the stuff you listen to, or sorry, wrestling influenced a lot of what music you listen to now. Can you just kind of expand a little bit more on the relationship between music and wrestling? Because I think it's something that really goes hand in hand. I mean, you're not the only person that makes music and wrestling. We got people that are, making rap. You got Chris Jericho and other people like in, rock or heavy metal bands, people kind of, doing, different genres and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, it's fun. I mean, I feel like, you only live once. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we got one life. I wasn't put here just to wrestle. I was put here to do whatever, I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And if it blows up, I'm going to put the work in. If it blows up, I'm thankful for it, but I'm having fun when it comes to music. I'm having fun. The only thing I'm serious about my money with is wrestling, because, of course that's my main thing. But like music is definitely creeping up on it though.
For
it's
sure,
definitely creeping up on it,
For sure. And it seems like, I mean, basically every person that's in wrestling has a very creative mind, right? And so it just kind of makes sense that like, whether it's music, podcasting, acting, fashion, whatever it is, like almost basically every wrestler is doing something else. They could be streaming and gaming or whatever it is. And I think that's a really unique thing. Yeah.
I think it's that escape. I think it's that escape from wrestling, because anything, like, people know that like even if you have a job, like you need an escape from that job, like whether it be just going back home, that's the escape from the job, you know what I mean? And chilling and whatever you're doing at home, like I feel like even if it's your hobby, your dream, you still need an escape from it, because you don't want to get burnt out on it. So like, I feel like everybody's got their behind the scene thing they do.
For sure, yeah. I mean, for me, like I work a normal job, and this is kind of like, my own little escape where I get to kind of have a lot more fun and be creative. So I definitely get what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Something you said before in another interview is that you believe that every wrestler should have their own custom entrance music. What does it mean to have, one of your own tracks as the song that you come out to at MLW and at different shows?
Man, I remember how, like, you don't understand how, like, for like the first 3-4 years of my career, I was so nervous to make my own song or to have my own like thing. I had to come out to what was popular, like, you know what I mean? So like, I just, once I went to MLW and like that, like everything, like just like lit a spark for me, bro. And once I like started coming out to my music, now like I got people at these shows that'll sing it with me and shit like that. Like I'll sing it along. And I feel like if, you know, the more people that keep hearing it, the more it's gonna blow up, the more people are gonna be chanting. I remember specifically, I was at an AAW show, bro, and I wasn't even a wrestler yet. I was just like coming as a fan, and I remember Chris Hero being there. He having his own theme song, and the whole fucking crowd like, "Who's your hero?" Chris Hero. I'm like, I need that. You know what I mean? That's where the young go. Like that's where that comes from. Like I need that. Like that's, you know, it's a slow process, but I'm patient.
For sure. And I think what, you know, kind of makes somebody feel kind of like a star is like the moment you hear their music hit, you know, you're hyped and you know who's coming out. Like, I mean, just recently, Cody Rhodes just debuted, you know, at WrestleMania, and like the moment that you hear the music hit, you know, oh, like Cody Rhodes about to come out, and you get excited and you're getting ready for the moment. Or whenever Stone Cold's the glass shatters, like, you know. And so I think for sure
it's goosebumps. It's goosebumps. It's a crazy feeling. Like you want to recreate that for people. I feel like that's why people back in the day were like more over than guys are now, because, you know, not only that, it was just, they were just larger than life, like superheroes compared to like, I mean, now of course they're still that way, you know, you got the internet, you know a little more, but like I feel like back then, like those entrance songs hit harder, though, like everything just hit so much harder. Like, as you know, we trying to recreate that, though. We're trying to make it better.
For sure. Now with your song now, is that something that you can see yourself keeping for a while, or are you gonna try to see if maybe you can create something different?
I feel like for sure I'll probably keep it for the duration of my time at MLW, however long that may be. But I don't know if afterwards I'll keep it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I definitely for the next year or two, it's definitely going to be the theme.
Okay, for sure. And one more thing, I just remembered it right now. If you haven't caught MLW yet, I don't think your match with Swerve has come out yet on YouTube or on TV yet. But when that comes out, everybody needs to watch, because I was live at the tapings. Nobody knew who was coming out to face you for the title, and when, you know, the Shaka Khan song hit, that for me, that was goosebumps, and being able to watch that match was
one of those moments for myself too, bro, being in that ring and hearing that music, because I remember like coming up and watching Strickland and being on shows with him and stuff like that. I remember when I've wrestled him 2 other times. This is at IWA Mid-South and fucking Rockstar, but this is before he signed the first time, you know, with WWE. And you know, I was just like, man, I can't, you know, I hope for the best, but I want to hear that song again. You know what I mean? I want to hear it again, man.
For sure, yeah. I think that's one of the things that people got really excited for. Again, like going back to like entrance music, is like when Swerve hit the Indies again, it was like, yo, we get to hear Shaka Khan again, and like
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like people
nostalgic.
People be changing their music so much. It's like you gotta let people. You gotta let people get used to you, man. I know you marking out.
Sure.
Like,
for sure.
Just out to heard in the car on the way up there that pumps you up and shit. But like, you gotta make your own shit. You gotta make your own wave.
For sure. All right, so if you're cool with this, we're gonna play a little game. I do this with a lot of our guests. It's just called rapid fire questions. I'm gonna put 45 seconds on my phone here, and I'm just gonna ask you some random questions that I prepared, and just try to answer it to the best of your ability. You cool with that?
Let's get it.
All right, here we go. So I'm gonna put 45 seconds on the clock, and it'll start after I finish this first question. So what is your favorite TV show of all time?
Probably Martin.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Are you the type to go out, or would you rather just chill at home?
Bro, I'm introverted as hell. Okay. Inside body.
I feel that. What is your favorite match in recent memory?
Shit, bro. I feel like one of my most recent ones, it's kind of old, but it's Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Are you Nike, Adidas, or other brand type person?
I love Nike and Adidas, but if I had to pick, I'd go to Adidas.
Okay, dope.
Yes, sir.
Who is your favorite rapper?
Ooh, Trippie Redd right now. Trippie Redd or Travis Scott. Yeah.
What about of all time?
Oh, fuck. I think I don't know. I don't know about all time, but like it's like I like Drake. I like Trippie. Like there's a whole lot of people I like, but like I don't know about all time. Probably Lil Wayne.
Okay. Okay, cool. And then last question. If there was a movie that was made about you, what actor would you pick to play you?
Ooh, man, since people be trying to joke on me so much, so I'm gonna pick Jaden Smith.
Ah, that's hilarious.
Okay,
That's hilarious.
Play the early career me.
That's funny. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can actually see that. That could actually work out.
You're gonna have to dye the hair blonde. Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's cool. He's always doing something different anyway. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So, you just mentioned Lil Wayne, and because I know you've mentioned it, I think in another interview. I try to do my research here, you know. I know you've been on record saying that Lil Wayne was your favorite rapper at the time. This is probably like a year ago, of all time. So
yeah, he probably is. He probably is.
Okay, for sure. So I just want to know, like, what are some of your favorite albums from Lil Wayne? Because he's got a lot of really good ones.
Man,
like if you had to pick, let's say the top 3 albums.
For me, I feel like when I was a kid, the album that made me fall in love with Lil Wayne, like I just feel like people are gonna pick their favorite is gonna be the album that you pretty much introduced you and pretty much made you fall in love with the rapper or whatever. I always like knew of Lil Wayne stuff, but like I feel like it had to be the Carter 4 or 3?
Okay.
This is like 2009.
That's like Carter 3.
That's 3, okay. With him as a baby?
Yeah. And that's like a Millie.
I like 4 too. They got like She Will on there and shit like that. Which,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
I'd have to say for me though, it'd probably be 3, 4, and then probably one of the dedications.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they're both. Yeah, it'd be one of the dedications for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. It's either like for sure Carter 3 is my favorite, and it's sometimes either like 4 or 2 because I like both of those. And then the Sorry for the Wait. It's not an album. I guess it's like an EP or mixtape. Yeah, his mixtapes, bro.
The Carter 4, yeah, that one was lit.
Sorry for the Wait. I was actually just listening to it a couple days ago, and I had forgotten like how many of the songs I liked on there, but like every single one. I was
to make go listen to them tonight.
No, for sure. Okay, so also, not only are you just into music, but you're just a very creative person, it seems like, right? So I know you have a background in producing your own show, right? Your own wrestling show. You did backyard wrestling when you were younger, but more recently, you have like, I guess I would consider a vlog. Would you consider Goat Talk like a vlog, or what would you consider it?
Yeah, I don't do like at first I would consider it a vlog, but honestly just consider it like a show almost. Like I recorded so much from Dallas that like I was like, you know, these views on the last couple that hadn't hit the numbers I wanted them to hit. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna kick back and let those views go up before the last one.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I definitely see it as kind of like a variety show because you do a lot of like, obviously we see, you know, what you do during day to day. We get to see what's going on at home with your family, but then you're also promoting your music videos, other homies shows and stuff like that. So I definitely see it more like a variety show type thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you, and I know that like you also post your own highlights on your YouTube of like matches. When it comes to like just that type of stuff, of like editing stuff, I know you edit your own music videos, is that correct?
Oh yeah. I got one dropping at midnight tonight.
I saw that. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Is that something you've always been doing too? Is like putting videos together and producing stuff like that?
So like you said, dude, I was pretty much, I had a friend that was from the UK when I was backyard wrestling, and he was like, I think he was like around the age of either our age or a little younger than us. And he was just like, he was like a computer geek though. And he was like super, super smart. And he was like, bro, you should like make people pay for your fucking wrestling. Like do it like fucking, like a streaming thing. Like this is before like IWTV, high spots and all that shit.
Yeah.
This is like, I was like, yo, this guy's thinking, bro. He's thinking. So like, he would show me like all that went to editing this show, and he would edit them to where like it looked like a mini like real professional like thing. Like you can go look them up on YouTube to this day. Like like some who are like but he showed me pretty much, and this was like 2012, 2013, how to edit, bro, on this editor. And like, I've been editing since probably 2012, 2013. And like, I feel like I've made the most progress in the past like 2 years editing, because I pretty much edit people's videos for them now. Like, and I just every time I work on somebody's video, I always try to make sure I take something out of it and I learn something new. So like, I'm trying to get better at that for sure.
What was the first editing program that you used back then?
I think when I first started, I tried out what's that one that's like the super, super corny one? It's like Movie Maker or some shit like that.
Yeah. Windows Movie Maker.
Like
Yeah.
2012, what I was doing. But once I really got into it, I used Video Pad, which is like, I don't care. Nobody says you can do everything you do on Premiere Pro on that motherfucker pretty much. But now I use Premiere Pro. Like, I've been using Premiere Pro probably the past year. Yeah, I've probably been using about the last year and a half. Because it's just more advanced. It's more advanced. It's the same shit, but it's more advanced and easier ways to get to it.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it does come with a price, but you're paying for what you get. Like you said, you're paying for high quality stuff. And
absolutely,
I do think that Premiere is pretty easy to kind of navigate around and stuff like that. So yeah, for sure. So one thing I learned about you on Goat Talk is that you said on there that you used to be a hooper, or you used to hoop a lot.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Is that just like hooping in the park, or like did you actually hoop at school, or what was that?
I played a year of basketball in high school, but I feel like the reason why I didn't really pursue basketball too much was because I was too into like wrestling, bro. I was backyarding in high school, and I could have been going to parties with my friends and playing basketball and stuff. But I just loved wrestling so much when I was younger. So I'm glad, and it worked out for me. So
I mean, hey, the belt's right there. I think the belt right there Absolutely. Just shows it's been working out. Can you dunk? Because I mean, we've seen that you're a high flyer. Can you dunk?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Okay. I can.
I've always wanted to see, like, because I'm sure there are a lot of other wrestlers that can hoop and stuff like that. I would love to see like.
I bet a lot of them could probably grab the rim, but probably even dunk. Probably can't dribble or nothing.
But yeah, I would love to see if like somebody organized like an all-star game or did like a dunk contest and stuff like that.
That'd be dope. I think somebody did something like that before, but like, that'd be lit. That'd be fun as hell.
Yeah, and even like people who don't really like hoop like that, it would just kind of be funny to see.
Yeah,
and entertaining to see people out there and just doing their thing. So along with hooping, are you a big 2K guy?
I used to really be into 2K. Until like I used to play 2K all day, every day. I used to play Star Wars. I used to get on COD sometimes, but like I got off of that shit like probably like 6 to 8 months ago. Like I felt like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I got like hit up by PWG in August of last year, and when I got that fucking message, I said, "Fuck this PS4." And like, like I'm grinding, like I'm not gonna. I haven't really been on it. Like I found my fun in editing, making music, and wrestling. Like I'm hoping though. I want to get the PS5. I want to play the new WWE really badly. But I know if I get it, it's going to be another addiction.
I'm gonna be on that. And I've heard good reviews about it. I haven't gotten it either, but I hear good reviews about that game too. So
yeah, same.
We'll see how it goes. So you talk about, obviously if people don't know you do have a family, you got a couple kids, you're married as well. So what's it like balancing? I'm sure part of the reason why maybe you're not playing the video games as much is because, it's a balance of work and family life. So what is that kind of like?
Yeah, like I'm glad you said that, bro. Like I could make it work, but it'd be really stressful balancing everything. So like I try to take my stress off of like figuring out what I'm balancing and try to put that same energy into the things I'm doing. You know what I mean? So like, I know if I gotta like, everything's a balance. Okay, I'm not gonna play the fucking video games anymore. I'm gonna spend more time with my family. That's gonna help me out in the long run, because if I'm playing video games, I'm gonna have to hear, my fiance is probably gonna be like, "Hey, like, you're gonna spend time with your baby today?" Like, not only hearing her, not only that, but like, I just automatically just feel guilty. Like, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Like even when I'm like days where I'm like working like all day and like I don't get to like really spend time with the boys that day, I'm like, I feel guilty. Like, feel guilty for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is it so for you? It's like mainly like because on the weekends you're working. Are you working basically every weekend now, or how does that schedule work?
I'd say 2-3 weekends out of a month. Like it used to be every weekend. I had to slow that down. I'm like, it's what they say, quantity or quality over quantity.
Yeah, quality over quantity for sure. Yeah, because I think at the beginning of your career, you had like I don't know 500-600 matches or something like that, right? Like
man.
Crazy.
I'm talking. I had like a few months in 2016 or 2017 that I had 22 bookings in one single month, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah,
that's insane.
That's crazy.
But the thing is I make more money in 4 to 5 bookings now that I made in those 22. So like, that's when back then was when I loved it, So like, it didn't mean shit to me back then. But now it's different. You got a family and stuff to take care of. You got to make more money. You got to make sure that everything you're doing is, you're not just being dumb anymore. You're making sense out of what you're doing.
Yeah, that's real for sure. So part of kind of balancing things is, I don't know if it's necessarily because of, the fact that you have like a family now, but, when you train and you work out, like you're up like hella early, I see sometimes. So is that mainly because of family life, or is that just like are you just like an early riser type person?
No, I usually I feel like in that sense, I gotta like, when you have kids and stuff, you gotta make time in like certain situations. So like, I know if I go early in the morning while everyone's asleep, I knock that out without even taking away from so if I go later at night, I know that my fiance is probably gonna have to watch the kids, you know what I mean? But if they're all asleep, then that's no worry for me. I get my peace, you know what I mean? Being up earlier helps me get my day started better. And I knock so much more stuff out than waking up later, you know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah, definitely
morning.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like, whenever you wake up like that early and you get stuff done, especially like the first couple hours, and it's like around lunchtime, you're like, yo, I've done a lot today, and it's like I still got the rest of the day to do more stuff.
You once you start seeing how much stuff you get done, you'll automatic like that. It'll be like, yo, I thought I wasn't a morning person. No, I'm a morning person now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
It's really just everything's just a mental thing, bro. It's really just us telling you our own self shit. Like,
So like when you're training and you're working out, like are there certain things that you're doing all the time, or do you like switch it up? Like what's the kind of like your go-to or like your favorite, like routines when it comes to training and working out?
For me, I know that when it comes to working out, like when I first started, I probably was doing the same routines and stuff like that. But I know the way your muscles grow pretty much is you got to kind of like shock your muscles. So you got to do different shit. You got to do different weight. You got to like surprise your body. Your body is like if you do the same thing, your body's going to become used to it. You got to trick your body pretty much. So like when I go in there, like I might do the same routine on Monday for like 3 weeks and then change it up. You know what I mean? On each Monday, I get the same chest day workout, and then fucking the next month I'll have something different because I don't want to get my body used to that shit.
Sure, yeah. I feel like that's always very helpful. Like I played soccer in college, so we kind of had to do the same thing of like, you don't want to do. Yeah, like even for us, like the way we warmed up for like games and practice, they're like, hey, we got to switch up our routines so that our bodies are kind of like sharp. Versus like doing the same thing and then you're like too relaxed, and that could lead to injuries and stuff like that. So I definitely
100%
see where you're coming from. All right, so I got a couple more things for you. For us at the Large Guys Podcast, part of why we started our shows because we love food, and not only do we love eating food, but we love talking about food. So what's some of the best food that you've tried, from places that you've traveled to for like shows and stuff?
Oh, I was in Dallas one time at this breakfast spot, bro, and I'm trying to think what it was. Was it burritos, or was it? No, it was biscuits. They had like the best biscuits and gravy. Like, I'm trying my hardest to remember. It was the promoter for the show. Have you heard of New Texas?
Yeah, for sure.
Pro, yeah, it was one of the times I was there. I went down for New Texas Pro, and they took me to this spot. It was in like some kind of like plaza, and I believe it's like Fort Worth though,
Okay.
not Dallas, probably Fort Worth. I'd have to ask the guy what the place was called, but like they had the best biscuits and gravy like I've ever had.
Okay.
It was fire,
Cool.
man. But like I'm kind of traditional, but I'm definitely down to try new shit. I'm definitely down to try new shit.
Okay. Hey, next time you're in Dallas, hit me up because I'll put you on some stuff, man.
No, for sure, please.
Do you
please.
Do you eat like a lot of different like ethnic food, like Asian, Mexican, stuff like that?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like when it like for like when it like Asian food, like I'm a big hibachi guy.
Okay, cool.
I like I don't know, man. I'm a big ass quesadilla guy. I love quesadillas, bro. Like I'm a big, especially chicken quesadilla. Yeah, man, I love quesadillas.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I will definitely put you on because there's a lot of spots in Dallas. I'm sure that not many people know about and stuff like that. But what about like spots locally? Because you're in Louisville, Kentucky, is that right?
Yeah, everybody here thinks it's probably like KFC, but that's like we're like to us here, it's like that's played out like like it's so played out like everybody's like KFC, I'm coming to Kentucky, but like nah, like I don't know what's some good spots in Kentucky. Don't say KFC. Shiraz, is that? Have you heard of that? Shiraz, is that down there? No. Okay, Shiraz is good. Yeah, Shiraz is pretty good. What is it? What is it? We went there before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, so it's like Mediterranean. It's called Shiraz. It's like really good. I remember going there, but like for me, I feel like I'm always eating the same shit every day. Like I'm like, it's like you forget about how many good places there are. I feel like you're eating so much of the same shit.
For sure. Are you the type to like? Do you cook at all at home? Are you a chef in the kitchen cooking. Or? Okay, what type of stuff do you be making usually?
Usually, like as far as dinner, like my fiance usually takes care of that. But like I love cooking breakfast, bro. Like I'm dope with biscuits and gravy. I'm fucking dope with I like making pancake. Like everything you make breakfast, like I be like French toast. Like I go crazy with it, bro. Like that's just like I know I don't know. I think it's just because like people say it's the most important meal of the day. So I'm like, I gotta go crazy. I gotta treat it like dinner.
For sure. No, I eat breakfast. I'll eat breakfast at any time of the day. Like even if it's dinner time.
My mom used to make like this breakfast pizza for dinner. Fire.
Oh yeah, that sounds like when I was growing up, like my mom, if there was something that she made I didn't really want, she's like, well, I can make you eggs and pancakes. And be like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Is there any food that like you just dislike? Like you can't eat it, can't be near it. Like if it's part like in something, you got to take it out.
I don't think that. I feel like I don't think I'd have to really think about food as far as food, but like there's a whole lot of candies. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Baby Ruths and stuff like that. Like I've like really fallen out of love with candy. I think it's the braces, but like I feel like I'm really starting to fall out of love with candy.
Right. Yeah. And I actually did want to bring that up. You bring up the braces. So I know I think in one of the Young Go episodes, you said your fiance had been cooking you about it. How is it? How is it having the braces? Because it's pretty recent, right?
Yeah, I got these like a month and a half ago. But yeah, it's like 3 or 4 days of pain when you first get them tightened up or like done. And then after that, it's like you feel like normal, but like it's not normal chewing in the front. So you got to chew everything like on the back. But usually I feel like you usually chew in the back unless you're like when you enter shit in your mouth, you use your front teeth before, like to break it down, then you go to the back. But like I can't do that no more. So like it's like I gotta go to the back. Like you know what I mean? So like it's definitely like different, but I know why I'm getting braces and why I'm doing that, because like y'all waited 24 years or 25 years of my life to get braces, but I know that like, and when it comes to just being the role we're doing, like, you know, you want to be this guy with straight, nice teeth, you know what I mean? Because you want to be on TV, especially if you're on TV, you want to look like you're on TV, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just trying to plant those seeds now, you know.
That's smart, yeah, because I mean, it took Roman Reigns a lot longer, and then he magically came back with those veneers, and now
Yeah.
He's for real the
Take
top
off.
guy. Yeah, it's like,
Take off.
hey, might as well do it now while you're younger.
Yeah.
But I totally understand that because like for a lot of people, the reason why they don't get their teeth worked on is because it's expensive. Like
It
like
is.
my normal job, I work for a marketing company and we market mainly for dental offices. And
That's
so
cool.
I know what dentists like look for and like the stuff they try to like push out. And it's always like implants or veneers or all the really expensive stuff. And like to do braces or Invisalign or anything like that, like that's a real investment,
Yeah, it
Um,
is. It is because like not only is it like $5,000 for braces, but like it's like, especially like I'm not rich. I'm not gonna say that. I'm paying fucking payments on it. But like the thing is, the way that goes is like it's just so expensive. Like, and everything that these dentists do, like whether it's veneers, like veneers is like triple that. Like like everything is
yeah,
just so
for real,
expensive when it comes
for
to your
real.
teeth. Like that's why a lot of people probably don't get stuff done to their teeth, and they wanting to or needing to, or probably insecure about shit. But like dentist work is expensive, bro. Like it is expensive.
Last thing, what are some of the best parts or your favorite parts of working at MLW? We're gonna kind of bring it back to wrestling here to finish up.
Man, MLW, like I just look at the champions, man. I just love the culture there. I love that they are not only signing and building black talent, man, but there it's a so diverse. I feel like it's really diverse at MLW. Like with when you got the luchadors, you got all the black talent that they're pushing. Like it's just so diverse there. Like and the guys that they bring in and who they work with, I feel like it's just a lot of opportunities. Like so, MLW not only is a good spot to get yourself seen, to get paid, but it's a good place to get overseas. It's a good spot to learn, especially if they're big on you or high on you, and they believe in you. Then like they're gonna put so many different opportunities and stuff in your way, and you just gotta accept and knock those challenges down. MLW is definitely a good spot for guys that like that's a really good. I feel like it's a really good spot to get signed.
For sure, yeah, and I just want to echo just something you just said is that like the diversity of the roster is something that you don't see a lot, especially for promotions
Yeah.
that have broadcasting and television stuff like that. And that's actually one of the things that kind of drew me to is like there's a lot of different types of people that are showcased, and that's kind of refreshing because you don't always see that
Yeah.
in the mainstream. Not gonna
I
name
agree.
names or anything like that, but I mean we all know what the criticisms are
Yeah.
for the really big companies, but seeing I mean like we just crowned new tag team, or MLW just crowned new tag team champs, and it's EJ and Duca and Calvin Takeman. Like
Yes, sir.
that's huge. Before that, it was 5150 who were
Yeah.
Hispanic and stuff like that. So it's really cool what they're doing there. I definitely, the vibe I kind of get from MLW is kind of like what ROH kind of used to be.
Hell yeah.
In its top days of like really good in-ring, really good up-and-coming wrestling mixed in with some vets. And it's just like if you're a big fan of wrestling, like that's one of the places you got to start watching. And
Definitely. No, I
like
definitely agree with you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of the
And
spots.
how do you feel like the live experience for fans is, and like what kind of sets that apart from other places that they might watch shows at?
When it comes to like, I don't know, I feel like I'm just a live person. Like it's just so much different when you feel the energy just there, when you're feeling that energy. Like it's different. It's so much different than whether it be a taping or whatever. It's just that live experience is what we're here for. Like we come to bust our ass and fuck our body up, because we know you guys paid your hard-earned money. So like that live experience just hits different than anything watching on TV or being at a taping or whatever it may be, or the case may be.
For sure, yeah. I've been to 2 tapings and it's always been a really good time. It's super dope. If people who don't know how it goes, like you get to meet, like you get to meet Myron Reed, the middleweight champion,
Yeah.
after the show, and you get to talk with them and buy merch and stuff. But even like during the show, like I will say that when Microman debuted a couple months ago, I had never seen like a crowd react that way in a long time, and it was just like, it was pretty funny. And like when you won the title in that Fatal 4-Way, when you hit that cutter on Matt Cross off the Shooting Star, like everybody went crazy. So like a lot of really cool moments. And yeah, I would definitely say that MLW is one of the best places to like watch live shows and stuff like that.
I appreciate that.
As we close this interview out, I know there's something that you wanted to promote for your music, so I'm going to give you the floor to talk about your album that's coming out this week.
Hell yeah, man. Me and my homie Nate, if you go on Spotify, Apple Music, you can search up Rocket Boys or Dark Tapes. Like, all these are albums that we've dropped within the past year, and they've done really good numbers and stuff, and we've had really, really good responses to the music. But this tape we are creating now, like, we're pretty much done with it, but like we're putting the finishing touches on it. Man, it's a masterpiece, bro. I feel like what we made is just really solidified ourselves as, like, being our own versions of ourselves. Like, we weren't trying to copy off of anyone's swag or sound like anyone. We sound like ourselves, and that's something that's really cool, especially when you're when you're making music at first as a fan, or just as a hobby. Usually when you're doing shit as a hobby, you like imitate the people you look up to, but like, no, man, like, we're creating our own wave. And not only that, we got a fucking music video dropping tonight, up now. It's gonna be on YouTube, so make sure you gotta make sure everybody checks that out. Even this might be out later, but Up Now might be out when y'all see this. But like, go watch Up Now, go see Up Now.
For sure. Yeah.
Other than that, Rocket World 3 coming soon. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to have this episode out by Friday, so okay. I guess the same day that your album drops. Are there any upcoming shows that you want to promote too that you might be having? Where can people catch Myron Reed next?
Man, I'm gonna be at Remarkable Wrestling in New York this weekend, and I guess that's Saturday, and then Sunday I'm flying to Atlanta, and we are at Battle. Was it? Hold on. Make sure I got that right. It's Terminus though. It's Terminus though, for sure. The company.
It's Battle Slam, right? I think it's
Battle Slam. I didn't want to say that wrong. I didn't want to say. There's so many slams in wrestling. Hood Slam. Yeah. I'll just play, but like, no, yeah, Battle Slam, man. I'm gonna be up there this Sunday. It's gonna be another fun one. I hope, hey man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I hope that man Max Caster don't come out trying to rap, bro, because I'm gonna have to grab the mic.
I was gonna ask you, like, if he come, because usually he comes out and he's got bars people. Are you gonna respond?
Does, man, I'm ready for it. I'm prepared for it, man. Tell him come with the bars, bro, because I'm gonna come with him too if I hear it.
Okay, but yeah, when I saw that was a matchup, I was like, oh, the match is gonna be good, but whatever happens before the match might be even better. Like,
yeah,
more entertaining.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, yeah. All right. So as we wrap up, do you want to just plug your socials where people can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can follow me on Twitter at The Bad Reed, Instagram Reed's World, Facebook Myron Reed, YouTube Myron Reed. You can find me anywhere, for real. TikTok, all that stuff, man. I'm everywhere.
All right, he's everywhere, and you can find him on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that stuff too as well.
You plug it for me.
For sure. I got you, bro. Don't worry. And for us, man, first of all, I just want to thank you, Myron, for joining us and taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us on the show. For us, absolutely. If you guys, if you're new and you like what you heard, interviewing people is just kind of one thing I do on the show. Like I said, on our main show, I got 3 other co-hosts. We talk about everything. We talk about food, music, we'll talk about sports, wrestling, all of that stuff. You can find us on our YouTube, Large Guys Podcast. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Large Guys Pod. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically everywhere that you could listen to a podcast, we're there. And we appreciate you guys. We thank you. We hope you guys rock with us a little bit more. Definitely going to try to book more interviews with wrestlers and other people like that. And going to have a lot more content out moving forward. So just be on the lookout. We appreciate everybody. But until then, we'll see you guys. Peace out.